Hi, hello, good evening. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Master of International Business. Myself, Dr. M. Saravanan, Associate Professor and Head, Department of Commerce International Business, Sri Narayana Guru College, Coimbatore. Please like and share my videos. Never miss a video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't hesitate to click the bell icon next to the subscribe button to be notified of uploads. This video is about the subject business research methods, and today's topic will be sampling design. All items in any field of inquiry constitute a universe or population. A complete enumeration of all items in the population is known as a census inquiry. It can be presumed that in such an inquiry, when all items are covered, no element of chance is left and highest accuracy is obtained. But in practice, this may not be true. Even the slightest element of bias in such an inquiry will get larger and larger as the number of observation increases. Therefore, one has to take a representation of the universe or the population. So, a sample is a representation of the universe, and the selected respondents what is technically called a sample, and the selection process is called the sampling technique. The survey so conducted is known as sample survey. And implications of a sample design means a sample design is a definite plan for obtaining a sample from a given population. It refers to the technique or the procedure the researcher would adopt in selecting the items for the sample. Sample design may as well lay down the number of items to be included in the sample, that is, the size of the sample. Sample design is determined before the data are collected. There are many sample designs from which a researcher can choose. Researcher must select or prepare a sample design which should be reliable and appropriate for the research study. And the steps in sampling design. While developing a sampling design, the researcher must pay attention to the following points. Type of universe. The first step in developing any sample design is to clearly define the set of objects, technically called the universe, to be studied. Universe can be finite or infinite. In finite universe, the number of items is certain. But in case of infinite universe, the number of items is infinite. That is, we cannot have any idea about the total number of items. The population of a city, the number of workers in a factory, and the like are examples of finite universes, whereas the number of stars in the sky, throwing of a dice, etc. are examples of infinite universes. Then, sampling unit. A decision has to be taken concerning a sampling unit before selecting a sample. Sampling unit may be a geographical one such as a state, district, village, etc. or a construction unit such as house, flat, etc. or even maybe a social unit such as family, club, school, etc. or it may be an individual. The researcher will have to decide one or more of such units that has to select for a study. Third one is source list. It is also called as the sampling frame from which the sample is to be drawn. It contains the names of all the items of a universe. If the source list is not available, the researcher has to prepare it. And this source list could be prepared in case of finite universe only. Such a list should be comprehensive, correct, reliable and appropriate. It is extremely important for the source list to be as representative of the population as possible. Then, size of the sample. This refers to the number of items to be selected from the universe to constitute a sample. This is a major problem before a researcher. The size of the sample should neither be excessively large nor too small. It should be optimum. An optimum sample is the one which fulfills the requirements of efficiency, representativeness, reliability, and flexibility. While deciding the size of the sample, the researcher must determine the desired precision as also an acceptable confidence level for the estimate. The next point is parameters of interest. In determining the sample design, one must consider the question of the specific population parameters which are of interest. For instance, we may be interested in estimating the proportion of persons with some characteristic in the population, or we may be interested in knowing some average or the measure concerning the population. There may also be important subgroups in the population about whom we would like to make the estimates. All this has a strong impact upon the sample design we would accept. Then, budgetary constraint. Cost considerations have a major impact upon the decisions relating to not only the size of the sample but also to the type of sample. This fact even leads to the use of non-probability sample. Next is sampling procedure. Finally, the researcher must decide the type of sample he will use. That is, he must decide about the technique to be used in selecting the items for the sample. In fact, this technique or procedure stands for the sample design itself. The next heading is criteria of selecting a sampling procedure. One must remember that two costs are involved in sampling analysis. That is, cost of collecting the data and the cost of an incorrect inference resulting from the data. Researcher must keep in view the two causes of incorrect inferences. That is, systematic bias and sampling error. Systematic bias results from errors in the sampling procedure and it cannot be reduced or eliminated by increasing the sample size. At the best, the causes responsible for these errors can be detected and corrected. Usually, a systematic bias is the result of one or more of the following factors. They are inappropriate sampling frame, defective measuring device, non-respondence, indeterminacy principle, natural bias in the reporting of data. Then sampling error. Sampling error are the random variations in the sample estimates around the true population parameters. Sampling error decreases with the increase in size of the sample and it happens to be of a smaller magnitude in case of homogeneous population. The measurement of the sampling error is called as the precision of the sampling plan. Sampling error can be measured for a given sample design and size. While selecting a sampling procedure, researcher must ensure that the procedure causes a relatively small sampling error and helps to control the systematic bias in a better way.